Dropbox just reported its first ever net income. Obviously, we're seeing so many trends in working from home, companies going fully remote. Talk to us about what enabled you to do that.
We had a strong Q1 and an important milestone around reaching GAAP profitability, and we've been laying the tracks for a while for that. And we've always been focused on building healthy fundamentals. And so it's nice to see that reflected in the numbers. And then recently we've seen record demand for Dropbox as our customers have been forced to distributed work in the most dramatic possible imaginable way. But we're seeing record trial volumes of people trying Dropbox Business. It's up about 40%. Engagement on our new desktop app is up 60%. And so, but we're fortunate that it's been really rewarding to see our customers turn to Dropbox in that transition to remote work, and whether it's been a hospital in Boston using Dropbox to coordinate its response, or lenders using HelloSign to help small businesses with their loan relief applications.
Now, are you concerned that when we return to some sort of new normal, that all of this new business or some of this new business goes away?
We're headed into a pretty unpredictable macro environment. And so there's so many people struggling. And when our customers are struggling economically, that impacts our business, that impacts every business. And so we're keeping an eye on these trends, of course. But I think more broadly, there can be a silver lining in all this. And even after we go back to the office, we're going to have more flexibility. And I think this shift to distributed work is going to last well beyond when we're physically back. And there can be a lot of good things from that. So if you're able to work from home and be equally productive, and if you've got a long commute, being able to work from home for a day or two a week, even if you primarily go to the office, can be a good thing. But we see this as there's certainly record demand for tools that make that experience good. We expect that to continue long after we go back.
Now, what about the economic devastation? And you obviously have customers, I'm sure, that are hurting here. What's the risk that they cut off their subscriptions? And are you doing anything to help the customers who are kind of desperate right now?
The human toll of COVID has been unbelievable, and just with so many lives turned upside down. And we know that that a lot of our customers are deeply impacted too. And so our first focus is just helping our customers manage the transition. And certainly for the customers that are really in need, we're helping them with more flexible payment terms, or making things work for them. I think in general, our customers are knowledge workers, and so often they are able to work from home, so they're relatively less impacted than some other sectors. And every business needs to collaborate around content, and that's especially true when you're in a distributed environment or you're working from home. So we see Dropbox tends to be essential to business operations. But yeah, it's too early to tell what the overall impact will be on our business.
Now, there'd been a lot of talk about a V-shaped recovery, but it's looking more like it's going to be some sort of abnormal recovery, if there is a recovery, in fits and starts. I mean, what are you modeling out about what this means for your customers and your business?
We're watching the trends closely, and you extrapolate what you can, but I think as you said, no one really knows how this is all going to evolve. And so what we do is we plan for a variety of different scenarios, as most companies do. But we're focused on really just making sure that we have a healthy business and healthy fundamentals. And so milestones like GAAP profitability are important to us, having a strong balance sheet, but continue to run the business and take advantage of the opportunities this presents to really make distributed work a great experience.
So do you see being able to maintain profitability through the end of the year, through the next several quarters? I mean, is that something that is going to be your new normal?
We have stated that as our goal for the year, yes.
So pre-COVID, Dropbox sponsored a live hacking competition, and some of the participants discovered a vulnerability in Zoom. Obviously, Zoom has been widely used throughout the pandemic, and I know Dropbox has an integration with Zoom. How closely are you tracking Zoom security issues now, and do you feel like it's a safe platform?
Well, Zoom, first, security is our top priority, and it's the first thing that we think about. It's the first thing our customers think about. We make a number of investments there, and one thing we do is, we do a variety of different things to ensure the security of our platform, both our first-party tools and our integrations. And Zoom, we know security is top of mind for them too. They've been a great partner. And we feel good about the safety of our integration with them. It's very popular. It's a critical tool. We use it at Dropbox. And so we know that they're making the right investments in this area.
We talked about how some work from home trends survive, and I'm sure you're thinking about how does this impact your own workforce. You said you're still hiring, but slowly. I mean, if the economy keeps getting worse, do you see potentially layoffs or a hiring freeze? And how are you navigating the kind of people issues?
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, we've slowed hiring, and mainly because we're headed into an unpredictable environment. But we're continuing to run the business. We're continuing to hire for a number of roles. Unfortunately, we're less impacted than a lot of companies, and so we don't have any plans to do anything dramatic or do layoffs right now. But we're all watching the situation closely, and want to be prudent. So we've slowed down our rate of hiring for the time being.
Now, there's also some new opportunities that remote work opens up, and that, maybe it doesn't matter where your employees live. And I'm curious how this is changing your thinking and perhaps giving you more flexibility or sparking new ideas for how you can run the company different as we come out of it.
I think one thing we're learning from this experience is there's a lot of room for improvement, and you lose a lot by not being in the office. And things that are really easy when your team's in the same room together, like figuring out how everyone's doing, what happened on your team today, become pretty difficult when you're working from home, because what do you have to do? You have to like read all these emails and chat transcripts, and so there's a lot of manual labor to do some of the most basic things. And so that's certainly been top of mind for us, and we've been reorienting our roadmap actually to around teams and distributed work. And so how do you recreate that experience of being in the same room together? We're focused on, all right, well, this all just happened to us in the most dramatic way possible, but what if we design this work from home experience to be really great? And that's the opportunity we see through this.
Meantime, the integrity of the product, the security of the product, and making sure our data is safe is your top priority, as you said. How hard is it to manage the cloud and make sure that everything is stable given increased demand and a distributed workforce? How do you do all of that remotely?
Well, our team's been doing pretty heroic efforts there. And I'm happy to say that it's been a smooth transition to working from home. And even with some of the supply chain disruption you've seen with other companies, our team acted quickly to make sure that didn't happen to us. And so we do all kinds of planning for business continuity in situations like this. Maybe not quite like this, but I'm really proud of the work that the team has been doing to respond, be out in front of it, and take care of our customers.